Hold on. My fault. My fault. My mic is off. Let's go. Let's start with that first. Hold up. Mic is off. All right. So what I was saying was one. This is Bolo's favorite parable, and I found this extra interesting because it fits everyday scenarios where people ask questions and and um Smitty had asked a question, and when Smitty had asked the question, I remember using this example that Bolo always mentions this particular passage. So I didn't when I read it last night when I read it last night, the first person I thought about was Bolo. I was like, bro, Bolo always speaks on this particular parable. So it's like it like makes me appreciate this even more because not only did I hear it from somebody else, I had to read it last night, and man, it's dope. It's dope. We gonna get started on a couple seconds. We ready to get started, but yeah, this parable is awesome. Nah, he does. He always brings this one up. Always. Uh, brother B in the building. What's going on, B? So we're gonna one we're gonna talk about this what is a parable, okay? Oh snap! Where my Oh, here you go. Shouts out to my mama. Shouts out to my mama because my mama got me this book. Right? You see what it says? The Student Bible Dictionary. Shouts out to my mama because my mama gave me this book so that when I'm doing these lives and I'm looking for certain words and to get an understanding of certain words that are in the Bible. This is A through Z. This is A through Z of everything that you may have questions about that's in the Bible, like particular words and stuff. So I remember breaking this down when I did the first parable about the sower. What we gotta do first is understand what a parable is. What the parable is and how to identify the parable. Okay, so this is y'all getting a y'all are getting a head start right now on what is to come for next week Bible study. So we didn't have Bible study this Tuesday because we took a break for the holidays and stuff like that. But next week we're coming back with the Bible study, and I'm gonna be doing on Wednesday the Bible study recap. So y'all actually are getting a head start on the Bible study homework. And I told my I told my uncle I told my uncle I said man, I don't know if I could wait 2 weeks for Bible study, bruh. I might have to go in on Zoom and send a notification out to everybody, let them know like we in here. I might have to run the Bible study without you. He started laughing though, but but parable, right? So in this dictionary, the verse parable says something laid alongside of parallel. So they gave nah, for real, B. So they gave us two different nah, for real. For real, B. Nah, cause I told you my parable is dope, bruh. I'm telling you, I'm gonna bust some heads with my parable. Uh so something laid alongside of parallel two. And then they gave us two scriptures to go look at. They gave us Numbers 20 chapter 23 verse 7, and then they gave us Mark 4 chapter 2. I mean Mark chapter 4 verse 2. So what they're saying is those two passages run parallel to each other. A parable is an earthly story that has a heavenly meaning. It is an everyday truth that has a spiritual application. Jesus used parables as a major teaching method. Okay, so that's what the dictionary gave us. But we also, let me take that down for a second. We also have this right here. So, what defines a parable? The definition of a parable. A parable is a concise story that conveys a moral, spiritual, or theological truth by means of everyday illustration and relatable experiences. The term comes from the Greek word parabole, which implies placing two things side by side for comparison or analogy. Parables often employ agricultural imagery, social custom, and vivid characters to engage listeners and impart important lessons. Okay, so this is what parables are. So when we read this we're gonna be we're gonna be one we're gonna be one understanding the meaning of what Jesus is trying to say with the parable. What's the spiritual meaning and what's the earthly meaning to this parable? Excuse me. Um the parable that we are covering the parable that we are covering today is John chapter 10 verse 1 to 6. And this is the parable of Jesus the true shepherd. So when I read this last night, all I could do was smile and think about how many times I done heard Bolo say this particular parable, bro. And it's dope because, like I said, I remember Smitty asking a question, and Smitty's question was, how do we how do we know when it's God talking to us and it's not the other guy? And and I remember answering I remember answering um is are you being tempted? Because if the person talking to you is tempting you to do something, then that's not God, because God doesn't tempt no one. And then I pulled up the verse and I was showing them what verse it was. Where my book at? I gotta grab my notes. I gotta grab my notes. I think I wrote. I'm pretty sure I wrote it down, but just in case I didn't, we can find we can go and find it. Um, that was Prowse. Okay, John. Not John James. I remember telling them James. Let's go to James real quick before we start diving in, cause it's best for y'all to see it for yourself. I do not like when it does this. We're gonna go straight to it. James 1. $13. Okay, so it's still giving me a problem. I do not like this book. There you go. Alright. No, hold on. I do not like this book on here. I might have to take this one off and download another one. There we go. There we go. All right. So, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. I do not. This why I don't like this one, cause my book be giving a better breakdown, but what it's saying is God do not tempt man. God does not tempt anyone, and and I remember him saying I remember him asking that, and my reply was this, and I was saying God doesn't tempt you with anything, but he shows you. He shows you what you need to see, so that you can follow down that path that you're supposed to. He doesn't tempt you to do things. He shows you. And then I referred to my child being baptized, and he was showing me like, look, this is the way you need to be headed. And that's what made me start going. Thank you, B. Thank you. I appreciate it. So when I was speaking on that, I had also brought up a video of my uncle preaching, and he was basically he basically said uh know the answers to the test, and Smitty didn't understand that first until we like kind of like played it out, and and he was asking, well, how we supposed to know the answers to the test, and when we let it play out, my uncle was saying, you test the spirit by the spirit, which means you don't just take what I'm saying for it, that you go do your own knowledge, and then you bring what you got to the forefront, so that we can break down and go over it, and stuff like that. So it's not just my word being it's being spoken, that you're actually using the word, you're actually reading the word and dissecting the word too. And um he spoke, we spoke on this parable, and I was telling them, I was telling them, you know, what Bolo normally says. So when I went through last night and I actually read it for myself, and I read it, I couldn't do nothing but laugh and smile, because I knew, now I know where he got it from, and then too, now I got a clear understanding exactly what he always is saying, what he's always saying. I mean, I understood, but like I said, you know, you gotta read it for yourself. You know, I can paraphrase this, but it doesn't hit the same until you actually read it for yourself. So, um, when we get to this, when we get to this, we're gonna read. We're gonna read. Shoot, I should read all of it for real. I shouldn't even read 1 to 6. All right, we gonna start. We're gonna start one to six, and then we'll continue. We'll continue down. We'll continue down, so we can hear the actual breakdown that Jesus is giving. Okay. So now, mind you, my my book is saying the same thing that's on here, but is a little, is broken down a little bit more than what is on your screen. So if you read the screen and you hear me saying something a little bit different than what you see on the screen, it's not that I'm going off topic. It's just that my book is a little bit more broken down than what's on here. That's why I don't like this one. I need to find one that actually goes with the Bible that I got. All right, so John 10 verse 1. Most assuredly I say to you, he who does not enter the sheepfold by the door, but climbs up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he who enters the door is the sheep herd, is a shepherd, my fault, is a shepherd of the sheep. To him the doorkeeper opens, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. And when he brings out his own sheep, he goes before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. Yet they will by no means follow a stranger, but will flee from him, for they do not know the voice of the strangers. Jesus used this illustration. Let me go down. My fault. Let me go down. Jesus used this illustration, but they did not understand the things which he had spoke to them. Okay? So 1 through 6 is Jesus giving them a parable for them to understand. I see you, B. I see you. I see you, B. uh, all right, so I'm not on Streamlabs, so I can't show your message to the people how I want to. But pay attention. Pay attention to y'all. Yeah, I mean, pay attention to the chat too as well. So what he's doing, what he's doing is making the relation between God being able to talk to his people and the people follow versus uh the shepherd calling the sheep and the sheep follows. And this is what I should have presented to Smitty when he asked that question, because when my uncle says know the answers to the test, it doesn't mean like you're just supposed to automatically know everything and stuff like that. It didn't have nothing to do with actually like being tested or nothing like that, or taking a test, and it had everything to do with having that relationship with God, to where as though when you hear certain things coming to you, you hear certain voices, you know, you can navigate, or the difference between something that is not of the will of God, and then something that comes from the will of God. Some God actually talking to you, and the other person talking to you. So when he says know the answers to the test, when you build that relationship, and when you have that foundation, in Christ, in God, you know when God is talking to you, and you know when the other person is talking to you. So you can't get them confused. The same, if the sheep have enough common sense to understand the shepherd's voice and understand the stranger's voice, then we have to have that same common sense. We have to have that same relationship that the sheep has with the shepherd, that we have with the God with God. Let's go on down. Then Jesus said to them again, most assuredly I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. So just like brother B put it put in there, we can't we can't have entry to God, and we can't get to God without going through Jesus. Jesus is the door. Jesus is the way into God. So he also refers to this. He also refers to this in some of the early chapters, that that you won't be able to get to God without going through him. Um I wish I knew exactly which verse it was. I wish I knew exactly what chapter, what verse it was. I would have to go back through and read it. Oh, I think Okay, so this is not exactly what I was talking about, but this is one of the verses. This is one of the verses that refers to that. So let's go to 8 real quick. Let's go to 8, and we're gonna go down to John 14:6. I we ain't get there yet, B. We ain't get there, but we ain't get to that one yet. That's on Thursday. Thursday we doing 10 to 15. So yeah, we gonna cover that one. But here's one that I did find. And what it says is this is chapter 8 verse 28 and 29. Then Jesus said to them, when you lift up the Son of Man, then you will know that I am he, and that I do nothing of myself, but as my Father taught me, I speak these things. And he who sent me is is with me. The Father has not left me alone, for I always do those things that pleases him. So he's referring he's referring to he's referring to that as he I am what he wants me to be. So you can't get through him without coming to me. He sent me he sent me here to get y'all to come through the door. Like he sent me here. That he I didn't just come here on my own, but he's the one who sent me here. I didn't do this upon myself. My father's the one sent me here to do this. So when he's speaking of being that door, he's speaking of I'm the one that came down here for y'all so that I can take y'all to him. You can't get to him without coming to me. Anybody who knows of God has to come to me. He says that in here as well. Anybody who talked to God or knew had a relationship with God had to come to me. He sent them to me. Then Jesus said to them again, most assuredly I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. All whoever come before me, all whoever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved, and will go in and out and find pastures. And find pastures. Boom. The thief does not come except to steal and to kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. So so with him with him saying, I am the door, and if anyone enters by me, he will be saved. So again, he's doubling down and letting the people know that if you solely believe in me and you solely put your faith in me and you come to me to enter to enter into heaven, because you can't get there without coming to me. You will be saved. You'll be saved from what? You'll be saved from God's wrath. You will lie down in pastures according to Psalms 23, in green pastures. Green pa- green pastures and green pastures and what he says, may have life, and they may have it more abundantly. He's speaking of the life. He's speaking of eternal life. He's speaking of when you coming through, when you come through and you be saved and you're saved and you come through me. Once you enter into those green pastures, you will have life and life abundantly. You won't have to ask for anything. You won't want nothing. You won't be hungry. You won't be thirsty. Everything that I've given, I'm giving everything to you. On top of that, you're gonna have eternal life. But you only can get these things through me. You only can get these things by coming to me. Anybody else who tell you otherwise, or try to tell you, oh, this is what you gotta do, and it ain't come from God. They're thieves. They're thieves and robbers, and they come to steal and kill and destroy. For I'm the only way. I'm the only way in. You can't. That's why he referred it to. I say, he who does not enter the sheepfold by the door, but climbs up some other way, the same as a thief and a robber. Because you're trying to go around me to get there, but you can't go around me to get there. You're trying to sneak your way in. No, you can't sneak your way. You gotta come to me solely. That's the only way you get in this door. And once you do that, once you get in through that door, then you will solely understand who the shepherd is, and you will only follow that voice. But once you build that relationship, destroy my life abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd gives his life for his sheep. So I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd gives his life to the sheep. He's talking in a future sense. He's letting them know that, look, I'm fit to lay my life down for y'all, cause I'm the good shepherd. I came here from God to do God's will. God's will was for me to come down here, teach y'all about God, uh, forgive y'all for y'all sins by laying my life down and shedding my blood, so that y'all will be saved from sin and corruption of the world. Y'all will have for everlasting life because of what I'm finna do for y'all. For me laying my life down for y'all. I'm finna give my life for y'all. Facts. Only through a relationship you can know his voice. Exactly. Because if you don't have that relationship, how you gonna know who voices who? If the sheep has enough sense to understand the shepherd's voice, and understand that this guy is not the shepherd, but he's calling me as if he was, to flee and run. Come on now. We should be doing this. We should be doing the same thing. Anytime you feel anytime you feel that that spirit talking to you that you should go do something that doesn't seem right, or if it doesn't even feel right to you and your soul, the first thing you should be doing is calling Jesus. The first thing you should do is trying to get that out your head and start praying and understand that, hold up, somebody else is calling me that they ain't supposed to be calling me. Lord, remove this from my path. Remove this from out my head. Remove that voice from me so that I can hear what it is that you're saying that you need me to do. I'm the good shepherd. The good shepherd gives his life for his sheep. So he's letting them know I'm finna lay my life down for y'all. But a hireling who is not the shepherd, one who does not own the sheep, sees the wolf coming and leaves the sheep and flees. And the wolf catches the sheep and scatters from them. So he's letting you know. He's letting you know. There you go. He's letting you know. Anybody else that when the devil comes lurking and prowling, bruh, they ain't nowhere to be found. They ain't nowhere to be found. They done left you there stranded. But me, I ain't finna leave you. I finna lay my life down to protect you. I'm finna lay my life down to make sure that you're good. You can't ask for a better shepherd than that. I'm always gonna be there. I'm always gonna be there with you. I'm always gonna have your back. No matter how many sheep, no matter how many wolves come up and try to get you, I'm always gonna be there. I'll never leave nor forsake. The hireling flees because he is a hireling and does not care about the sheep. Right? He doesn't have a relationship with the sheep. He doesn't have that relationship with the sheep. So why would he sit there? Why would somebody why would somebody that is hired just to watch the sheep or maintain the sheep or something like that sit there and lay his life down for you? Why would why would you have a problem, right? And I'm ready to use this as an example. Why would you have a problem and instead of going to Jesus and going to God and praying on your problem, why would you call your homeboy up or your homegirl up and tell them everything about your problem just so they can give you some worldly advice, and then when some tribulations or some yeah, some tribulations come and your situation becomes worse, they ain't nowhere to be found or help you out the situation. You get what I'm saying? Am I saying that? Am I saying that right? You quick to call your homeboy, your homegirl, yeah, because this person got me messed up. They's doing this, they doing that, and and this and that, and uh, I don't know what I'm fit to do for this month. You telling everybody else your problems about what you got going on, but you ain't go to Jesus not one time and ask him to pray, and pray and build that relationship with him. Be like, look, this is what's going on. I ask that you remove this stuff, this negative stuff out my path, so that now when you go into to this person and that person with your inequities, and your problems and stuff, then here come the devil right on your back to tell you to do some dumb stuff. Oh yeah, see, what you need to do is you need to go into work tomorrow and just cuss everybody out, let them know how you really feel. You need to go crash out because people have been tricked into believing that they have some sort of control over the changing tide. Yeah, the changing tides of life. Nah, real talk, B. Real talk. Real talk. B understand what I'm saying. B understand what I'm saying. Real talk, bro. Like you go to this person, that person for your problem, but you don't even go to God with your problems and help and ask him to fix it. What you what you do is you run to the hireling, you run to the hireling, and then when times get hard, they ain't nowhere to be found. Man, y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up. I am the good shepherd, and I know my sheep, and I am known by my own. Know my sheep, and I am known by my own. As the Father knows me, even so I know the Father, and I lay my life down for the sheep. I don't know it. I don't, I don't know how clear that could be, bruh. I don't know, that's about as clear as it's gonna get. As the Father knows me, even so I know the Father, and I lay my life down for the sheep. You have a person here. You have a person here that's willing to sacrifice himself for your well-being. Ready to sacrifice himself for your well-being. And here it is. Here it is. You wouldn't even come to him with your problems. You would act like he don't even exist. But then once you get caught by that wolf, and once you get caught by the tribulations and inequities and stuff, here you go. You crying out to God to come fix it. You're crying out to God to come fix it. You know where all your life doing some nut stuff. And people have told you, bro, you need to change your life. You need to do that. You need to get right with God. You need to go give your life to God. But then here comes some terminal illness, and now you want to go to church and get right with God after you done caught this terminal illness, and you got 3 months to live. The doctors done told you you had 3 months to live. You think the Lord's gonna be like you was a good servant, or you know I got you, cause you built that relationship with me. I don't think I don't think he's gonna be like that. I believe he's gonna be like, yeah, I knew who you was. I knew who you was, but I mean we ain't cool. We ain't- we ain't cool like that. You ain't get your life to me. You ain't dedicate your life to me. You wasn't working in my will. What you doing it sounds like what you doing is selfish. It sounds selfish. It sounds like you making it about you, but I got other people that need to be focused on that's actually working in my will. Now, that's just me thinking because I don't know, and it's up to him how he decides, you know, who he wants to accept in there. But what I'm saying is, I'd rather build a relationship with him than roll the dice and hope I hit sevens. That's all I'm saying. I'd rather build that relationship than roll the dice. Than live for myself all this long time, and then when I'm on my deathbed try to hurry up and give my life to him and understand who he is. I'd rather build that relationship now. The hireling is only there for a check. Amen. Nah, amen. He is a mercenary because his subject he's subject to the highest bidder. They dang B. Dang B. Dang B. You said something with that one. You said something with that one, bruh. Dang. You said something with that one, bruh. I ain't even gonna cap. Nah, but for real though, like I'd rather build that relationship with him now than roll the dice at the end, and hopefully he accepts me in, cause that's a gamble, and that's a risk that I ain't willing to take. I know that. And Father knows me, even so I know the Father, and I lay my life down for the sheep. And the other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they will hear my voice, and they will be one flock and one shepherd, and one shepherd. Therefore, my Father loves me because I lay down my life that I may take it again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of myself, and I have the power to lay it down and have the power to take it back again. This command I have received from my Father. All right, I crapping out means hell. All right, break that down for me, B. I may be reading that wrong. Break that down for me. But but yeah, this one this one was dope. This is a dope parable right here. This is a dope parable because it's telling you, it's telling you you're only gonna get to where you need to get at. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Got you, got you, got you, got you, got you. I knew I was reading that. I was reading it wrong. Okay, yeah. Crap, crapping out means hell. Yeah, yeah. Nah, for real. You want to roll the dice. You want to roll the dice to see if the Lord is gonna take you in. Yeah, I mean that means you hit 7 or 11. But don't roll no double sixes or no ones. don't, roll, don't roll no double sixes on them double ones, cause when you crap out, boy, boy, I knew I was reading that wrong. Okay, V, I know I got you now. I got you. Heck yeah, boy. Don't roll them double ones. You roll them double ones if you want to, or them double sixes if you want to. You out of luck. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You roll them double ones if you want to, or them double sixes if you want to, boy. It's a wrap for you. See you next time. It's gonna be gnashing the teeth. You're gonna be in that hot box. Straight flames. No cat. No cat. Straight flames. Nah, that's funny. That's funny, bruh. That's funny. That's a good one, B. That's a good one. That's a good one. But nah, man. Like this parable is super dope, bruh, because it explains to you, it explains to you, you know, you only gonna get to God through Jesus. One, one. You're only gonna get to God through Jesus, and two, if you think if you think uh going to somebody else with your problems other than God or Jesus, if you go to somebody else with your problems, you're actually setting yourself up to be caught by uh the wolf in sheep clothing, which is the devil. The devil's gonna catch you one way or the other. Uh and then the third thing is you're only gonna hear the Lord's voice and God's voice if you have that relationship with him. So if you don't have that relationship with him, you're leaving yourself vulnerable for attacks. You're leaving yourself vulnerable for hirelings to lead you astray, run on you when times get hard, and and you have nowhere else to go to. You can't even look for the hireling to come help because he already done ran on you. So now you're just stuck out there in the open. So you're only gonna get that relationship. You're only gonna hear God's voice when you build that relationship with him, which is talking to him, which is reading your book, working in the will of God, you know, uh understanding that that you are powerless. You are powerless, and that one Jesus laid his life down so that you can have yours. Because if he ain't never lay his life down, we wouldn't have this life that we in now. We wouldn't even have this. We'll be somewhere burnt up somewhere. So this is a good parable. I like it. And I see why Brother Bolo uses it so much. He uses this parable often, for real. And it makes sense. It makes sense why. He uses it like that. It makes sense because it's so easy in this life, if you're not if you don't have that relationship, it's so easy in this life to be led astray. That's why they have a whole chapter of deceptions of false teachers and deceptions of false teachers, deceive dang it's another one about false teachers, you know. And I I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna refer to the robbers, when the Lord said, when Jesus says, when Jesus says, assuredly I say to you, he who does not enter the sheep the sheepfold by the door, but climbs up some other way, is the same as a thief and a robber. I'm gonna say that's the false teachers. The I'm gonna say that's the false teacher. The thief, and if you go to 10, the thief does not come except to steal and kill and destroy. I'm gonna say that's the false teachers, bro. You know, leading you astray. They trying to get you to think that the only way you can get closer to God is if you have $2,000 that you can tithe with. That building a better relationship is tithing $5,000. What do you say? We gonna lock the doors, and I need $1,000 from everybody in here, and it's not for me, it's for the Lord. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and say that, because he trying to tell you you can enter the doorway to heaven through a different way than Jesus. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I stand on that. I stand on that. Real talk. I stand on that because I done seen my uncle to change the way people give money to the church. I done seen Bolo and Ant come on here every day, give the good word and not ask for no penny. Even when people ask where can I donate and all that stuff, he's like, bro, only thing we ask you to do is pay attention and pay it forward. That's it. And he says he came so that we might have the right to the tree of life. Exactly. Christ said his kingdom is not of this world. So who is the money for? Exactly, bruh. Exactly. Who's the money for? Who's the money for? So yeah, this is a dope parable. I like it. Good good parable, B. Not B, my fault. Good parable, Bolo. Good parable. I ain't even know. I look, you should have seen my face when I started reading it, and I was like, oh, like you can see, like when I started reading it, you can see the light click on, like click. You can see the light click on, like click, like oh, okay, all right, I understand now where you got it from. I understand. But yeah, this is dope. This is the dope one. Um, so tomorrow, tomorrow we gonna be reading. Excuse me. Nah, you okay? You okay, ma? All good. You been running around. Shouts out to my mama. Shouts out to my mama. You know, using the church to help other people. You know, she came up with the Thanksgiving drive. She got she got a Christmas drive going for through the church. You know, people getting stuff for the church so they can help some unfortunate people who can't afford certain things and stuff. So shouts out to my mama for using the church how she's supposed to. She been hustling and bustling all week. Um. Oh, but what I was saying is tomorrow we'll be reading from chapter 10 to chapter 15. Chapter 10 to chapter 15. Yeah, John chapter 10 to John chapter 15. That's what we going to do tomorrow. Uh and then Friday we going to be reading from 16 to 21. 16 to 21. And then that'll be the whole book of John. So I hope y'all are getting something from this. This was a this was a request from my cousin Tish. She wanted me to read this on the podcast, so I did that. Uh, Salute B. I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. I wanted to share this. I wanted to share this cuz I was actually supposed I was actually supposed to keep reading today, but when I read this parable, I actually wanted to share this because you know, we we need to know one, we need to build meatball. Stop. We need to build that relationship with the Lord so that one, when we're being attacked, we know that we're being attacked. We can clearly decipher the voices. You know, this is not the Lord talking to me. This is the other person. And with that, we can be able to put our armor on. Um, we can put our armor on so that we're covered from the devil's attacks. Because like B said, you know, the devil don't sleep. He's waiting for those little kinks. He's waiting for those little kinks in the armor. He's waiting for those little subtle moments where your arms get tired and you gotta put your shield down. He's waiting for those so that he can you know send his little jabs in there before he fully attacks you. So we need to know, we need to build that relationship so that we know what is of the Lord and what is not of the Lord. We know so we can know the answers to the test. And this is another reason why This is another reason why I use this image. Hold on. Hold on. I'm ready to pull it up. Pull it up now. There's a reason why I use this image for the thumbnail. Let me let me bring it up. Let me bring up this image real quick. Oh, I done hit cancel. Excuse me. This is why I use this image right here. Just so you can see just so you can see how close the devil really is. Like the devil is not that far. And he's always prowling and lurking. You know, you see how far back he is. He's a little distance away. He's waiting for one of y'all to drift off or stop for a brief moment, you know, but as long as you following God and you using God for you working in God's will and you know his voice, you won't get strayed off and this wolf on attack y'all, cuz you know he's always prowling. He's always looking for who he can consume. I think that's a dope thumbnail though. I I really put some thought behind this one. I had to really like think of how it is. Yeah. Yeah, bruh, you already know, B. You already know he be waiting at that back door, bruh. He wait. That boy don't be playing no games, bruh. He right there waiting for y'all to slip up. Go ahead and slip up one time. Yeah, I mean, go ahead and slip up one time so I can jump on you real quick. That boy be lurking, don't he be? I thought that was a dope thumbnail. What, Cinnamon? What? What? You want to say hi to the chat? Come on, come on. She want Cinnamon want to say hi to y'all, bro. Come on, come on, come, come on, come on. Say hi to the chat. Say hi to the chat. With my baby. Can't go nowhere without her. This my shadow. Always following me around everywhere I go at. Get on my nerves all the time. She ain't nothing but a big baby. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? You a baby? Yeah, I know. Mm. It's a big baby, bruh. This my baby. All right, get down. The chat said they seen you enough. Go ahead, go, go, go. Oh, God, she done took my headphones. All right. Yeah, yeah, bruh. Nah, for real, bruh. She, all day long, bro. My shadow. I can't move nowhere. I'm always talking to her. I'm always fussing at her for something that she doing. Always. But one thing I can say is that she doesn't chew up our stuff. That's one thing I can say. She doesn't chew up our stuff. She had one moment where she got a hold of a marker, and oh my gosh, bruh, I'm talking about face was red, paws and stuff was red. She got a hold of a highlighter or something. I don't know where she got it from, but that was the only time she don't really chew nothing. If anything, she walking around sniffing around for stuff that them kids done dropped on the floor. Other than that, yeah, she fine. That's my baby. But I definitely appreciate everybody who stopped in. You know, if y'all get a chance, make sure y'all go and read John chapter 10, cause it was a good chapter. Yeah, real talk, bruh. Real talk. And I'm glad you used that word mischievous because she did it on the sneak tip. Look, I told her go in her room. So anytime y'all hear me say cinnamon, put cinnamon in her room. Cinnamon has a cage, and she has a bed in her cage and stuff like that. But I tell her go in her room, and she go in her cage and stuff. So I didn't close the door. I just told her go in her room. And when I laid on the bed, and I was kicked back chilling. I nodded off for a brief second, bro. I nodded off for at least 5 minutes. It maybe was like 5 to 10 minutes. All I hear is S's coming in. What are you doing? So I look up, bro. She got hold of a daggone highlighter, and I don't know where she got the highlighter from. Now when you walk in my room, I got a red spot in the middle of my floor because of this highlighter. I was just like, bro, I nodded off for 10 minutes, maybe the most 10 minutes, bro. How did you get? When did you even come out the cage, bro? Oh man, she is definitely mischievous, bro. She definitely is. But she good though. That's my baby. That's my baby. I can't, like I said, I can't go nowhere. She could be dead sleep, and if I get up and just walk out the room, she's right there behind me, follow me everywhere I go at. It's like we was ready to leave. She's on the bean bag, and right when I was ready to leave to go get the wife and stuff, I'm putting my stuff on. She knows, she seen me moving. She seen me put my shoes on, see me put my hoodie and stuff on. She followed me everywhere I go, and she even running to the door like we leaving like yeah, bro. I'll take you with me. She like car rides. She like car rides. So shit. When people ask, you know, you think dogs go to heaven, and you think animals, bruh, you can't tell me that these animals don't have a spirit, bro. They don't have a spirit, bro, because that everything that actions do has a spirit. If I could I could tell Cinnamon right now, put it down. I don't even have to say sit down, and I just say put it down. She'll sit down wherever she's at. If I tell her, hey, get over here, put it down, she's going wherever I'm pointing at, she's gonna go to that area and sit down. So if she understands all that, she gotta have some type of consciousness in there. It's some type of consciousness in there. Get off them clothes, bruh. Why you on them clothes? Go over there on the beanbag, sit down, bruh. Get up. Come here. Come. Over there. Sit down. Go. Put it down. Hey, what did it say? Put it down. See, they even hard headed like kids, bruh. They even hard headed like kids. Look, I told her go, I told her go put it on, go put it down on her bean bag. She sat down for a brief second, then looked at at the clothes that she was on, like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna just come back over here and sit down. They even hard headed like kids, bruh. So they got their own mind frame. They got their own brains, bruh. According to the Native Americans, there is a such thing as animal spirit. Exactly, bruh. Exactly, bruh. And you know what makes the animal spirit so fascinating is that if you don't like something, they can sense that you don't like something. Like a lot of times, she understands facial expressions. Like if I look at her a certain kind of way, bruh, she put her head down, look to the side, like, oh man, yo, looking at me like this, yeah, bruh, like they understand facial expressions and all that stuff, bro. I don't even like like times that I don't even feel like arguing with her. I just look at her funny, bruh, like, bruh. And she'll just, all right, bro. I see, all right, bro. All right, bro. I know what that face mean. Like, yeah, stop playing with me then. The Lord used the lion as the animal spirit for the righteous. Nah, hey, bruh. Hey, bruh. I'm telling you, bruh. You, there's a reason. There's a reason why Noah was told to gather up one of each kind of species, and well, two of each kind of species, and put it on the boat, bro. It was a reason for that. God wanted, if he didn't believe that animals had spirits like that, and believe that they was just pointless, he wouldn't have told Noah to do that. It was nothing for him to be like, hey, yo, just build a raft, bruh, for you and your family, and I'm gonna make sure you good, and took out all the animals with the other people. It's no reason why he would have did that, bruh. If he ain't believed that they had that spirit in them, he'd have just did got rid of them, did away with them. Shoot, Lion of Judah. Yeah, man. Hey. Didn't he get a donkey the abilities to talk? Didn't he get a donkey the ability to talk? That should be said. That should be enough said right there. That should be enough said right there. Shoot. But yeah, man. This next what's that? Next Wednesday we're gonna be going over the parables. I'm a see what everybody parable is on Wednesday. Uh Tomorrow we're gonna be going over, like I said, 10 to 15, and then Friday 16 to 21, and that'll be the book of John. And if y'all got something that y'all wanna cover, or y'all wanna talk about, shoot, just let me know. Let me know. Type it in the comments or in the chat, and I'll do my homework. I'll get my notes, and then we can talk about it. Uh uh I might I'm on Streamlabs. I'm on Streamlabs right now. I'm on Streamlabs right now because StreamYard, man. StreamYard bougie, bruh. They done got bougie on a player, bruh. I ain't even gonna talk. They told me I was trying to do StreamYards today, set up the live for the day, but StreamYard was like, nah, bruh, we can't you can't go live on here. You done exceeded your hours. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, bro, you did 20 hours of live streaming and stuff and videos and stuff. And I was like, yo, all right, bro, that's cat, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, just you try to now you're trying to force me to pay. I'm not paying for y'all service, bro. I'm sorry. I look. I was the lucky. I was the one who started on StreamYard and was getting people to come over there and putting people on the StreamYard and stuff like that. Bro, I should have an infinite credit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, me and B made StreamYard famous. It was at one point in time, it was at one point in time, bro. People didn't even wasn't even hip the StreamYard like that. Me and B was paying for StreamYard. You know, our little 25 a month had our stuff up there. You know, we was decked out with the StreamYards, putting people on to it. Now y'all done got bougie. Y'all want $45 a month. $45 for what? For something that is for something that I was actually using at one point in time for free. For free, bro, I could do so much stuff for free. The same stuff that you trying to charge me $45 a month for. I was doing I was using that for free. And then when me and B put up the 25 to the stream yard, we was able to get our watermark up there. Yeah, I mean, we was able to what else was it? We had our watermark. We had our videos was saved and stuff like that. Man, hey, bro, I'm saying I almost cussed them out, bro. Like, bro, we was on a roll on StreamYard, bro. And then, hey, all right, leave my dog alone. Close the door. I told you she's sneaky, bruh. She be sneaking. Meatball caught her in the bathroom. try, she probably tried to drink out the toilet. But bruh, yeah, we was on the road with StreamYards, bruh. But now, hold on, stay over there, boy. Yeah, clothes on. Yeah, but yeah, nah. I gotta wait till December time to go ahead and they put me on a month restriction. So I gotta do Streamlabs. And I only was doing StreamYard because, sometimes people be wanting to come up and say stuff. But on here, I could get a person to come up, but then when they step down from the live, it freezes my whole live. So I don't even want people to come up because it messes up the live, and I had to close the live all out and bring it back up. Nobody got time for that. But yeah, man. See y'all tomorrow. I appreciate everybody who stopped in. B, you already know. My mama, love you, mama. Mo love, I appreciate you stopping in. Uh, Anybody else who stopped in just in the back, then it make themselves present. Respect to y'all. We gonna go ahead and close this one out. This was a quick one. This was a quick live because uh it wasn't really too much to go into depth on. The main thing is just build your relationship so that you know your father's voice when he's talking to you. You know, cause you can't have you can't go through life without having that relationship. You can't make it to God without going through Jesus. So